Okay, I believe I'm live. Um, this is video 10 of my Arsenal save where I've recreated the Invincibles tactic and played as Arsenal. Haven't made any transfers because, quite frankly, I haven't needed to, and there isn't enough budget to really do so. Um, we're doing well. We last time out, and you can go back and watch the video. Because there's a bit of a discrepancy here. Last time out, we played Watford, and it was actually a 1-1 draw. And then we went on to play Norwich. I think we were winning something like 3-0. And then the game completely crashed. And it's there, I'm not. It's a well known fault with the game. It's a bug which I reported and updated, and I did my bit with all of that stuff. But what it meant was that I had to replay it, and it was actually a real difficult task to recreate the draw. So the idea is I went back, and obviously because we drew, I'm not trying to cheat this. Genuinely, the game crashed. So I went back and I replayed the Watford game, and I think we spanked them something like 3-0. So I replayed it again, and then we were drawing. I think we went 2-0 up, and I made a few changes that would make us concede, because basically I wanted to recreate. So basically we were cruising to a win against Norwich, and we drew with Watford. And also I wanted to play the same team, at least for the Watford game. Because I made a few mistakes in the Watford game. I played Syrian. He had a bit of a stinker. That's video 9. You can go back and watch it, as I said. So I wanted to play the same starting lineup, which I did, because I think that's important. Anyway, it took me about 5 attempts to recreate a draw. There was even one, we were drawing 2-2, and I thought, right, that's great. We went 2-0 up, so I changed my goalkeeper. We ended up drawing 2-2. And then out of nowhere, Granit Xhaka scored a worldie from like the edge of... It was like just over the halfway line. It was a brilliant goal. And so again, I had to restart. So I've kept restarting. Anyway, because of that, I eventually got a 0-0 draw, and I thought, right, I'll take that. So it's not like for like, but it is kind of what it is. And then we went on to Watford. As I said, in the previous game before it crashed, we were winning 3-0. I'll take the 2-0. And again, just to get us back up to pace. So that's what I've done. And then the game crashed. It's a well-known crash. If you look on the message boards, that it suddenly crashes. I've logged mine, as I said. So hopefully they'll sort it and they'll bring out a patch soon. The one downfall, I guess, is that the draw for the FA Cup had to keep being redone. Because I hadn't even saved at that point. So I think in the initial save we drew Wickham. And I had so many goes at this. We drew all sorts of teams, including Man City away at one point. I can't keep just doing the draw and doing the draw and doing the draw. So eventually, unless we would have got Wickham, I kept doing the draw. The time that I got the Watford game to be 0-0, which was the equivalent of the 1-1 draw, which was in the original part of the gameplay, we drew AFC Wimbledon away. So I'll take it. That is the draw. It is what it is. I'm happy with that. So hopefully now we can just move on. We're going to do Napoli. Torino. We've then got Man United in the league. And then we've got the Carabao Cup quarter-final. Woo! I'm not rated on the Carabao Cup and our progress, but I still want to do well in it. And then after that, I've just noticed we've got Chelsea after that. I mean, what a Christmas! So, but I think I'll probably play the Everton game and leave it there. It's getting late, so let's crack on. So, yeah, Torino next. Is there any other news to update you on? I don't think so. I mean, I've kept the majority of what I'm playing at the moment. I'm streaming. So yeah. Under 23s match. Right, let's sort out our squad. So I think I have already actually. So Levi Lang, I gave him a bit of a run out in the league as well. He's just a player I'm giving a bit of game time to so he can improve. 17-year-old right back. I'm going to give Hine a game as well to see if he can improve. David Luiz is getting a game because he's a little bit unhappy with his amount of playing time, which I kind of get. And same with Granit Xhaka, he's concerned. So, to be honest, I mean, I don't mind if David Luiz leaves. Mustafi's wanted. I haven't offered him out, but maybe he can fund. Maybe it would be a good time to cash in on him. Although he's actually quite a good game on Football Manager. Good player on Football Manager. Torino. Player development advice. That's good to see. Matteo Guendouzi has benefited from his individual training. And Kieran Tierney is... Oh, wow, yeah, he really is, isn't he? Well done, Kieran Tierney. We have got the basis. I mean, it's going to take a couple of years, obviously, a couple of seasons. But we've got the basis of a really good squad. We just... Players like David Luiz, who's on a massive contract... Zach Medley. I swear he's quite highly rated at Arsenal. Like, his stats are actually quite good, and look at his physicals. I'm just surprised he hasn't got a better potential ability. Because that looks as though at very best he can just be an average player. Which might be right. Youth intake. We have a sneak preview of your youth team intake this year. That's early. What are we? 11th of December. There are a lot of wingers in the systems. Probably about right. At least one of our centre backs looks promising. That's good because we're going to be losing David Luiz and possibly Socrates. We have what looks like a top prospect in the centre of midfield, hopefully defensive side. We have one good young English left back from Hampton who has caught the eye. So that's good because if Joel Lopez doesn't make it, we haven't any new wing backs coming through. See, that's what I would have liked, would have been a right wing back. Most of our attacking midfielders coming through look to be below the required standard. There are a few good wingers in general. Well, but it says up here there are a lot of wingers. Right. Most of our new strikers coming through. Okay. So can I see them at all? Every year in March, a match is organised with the team. Youth Academy to which. Okay, that's actually I like that. That's clearly a new thing. I really like that. Really like it. Obviously, a lot of suggested changes. Reece Nelson is a beast in this game. Look at him. Like, look at him. Nicholas Nkulu has been singled out. Average at best, isn't he? Weaknesses all down the right hand side. Why is this? Significant and serious issues, major issues. Well, hold on. Why? What are these issues, Lang? Because he can't play complete wing back. Well, he's going there. And it's the same as Pepe. Pepe should be beginning to get a bit more comfortable with it, really. I'll let Lang off. So there's a lot of players which are supposedly not being played in their roles, which may cause a bit of an issue in this. I think we've already qualified. I think we're already group winners, so it doesn't matter too much. It's just good to give them sort of 90 minutes out there. And Torino, yeah, and we're at home as well. Right. Since last time, the crash. I'm going to save before every game. Felipe Cruz, is he that right back? Yeah. Contract info, has he got a release clause? No. Let's remove that. See if they'll take that. No. Oh, I can only give you 7.5 now. I even went to the board and asked for more money, and they said no. I mean, after 50 games, bonus win. Well, why specifying? Is that an expiry date? Yeah, I'll just give you no expiry date. I don't mind. No, actually, if they want expiring. It said percentage profit of next sale. You don't understand. I can't do any more than 7.5. They're not prepared to negotiate. I'll tell you what. Shall I? That's good. But is there not some sort of interaction where I can go to the press and say, oh, I like him, yeah, he's great. Tom Smith. Yeah, they should be. It's good. It'll be good to see. So I'm actually playing Gabriel Martinelli up front. Ceballos in behind him. Emil Smith-Rowe, Xhaka, Willock, Pepe, Tierney, David Luiz, Mustafi, Lang and Hines. So there's a lot of players getting game time who wouldn't usually play. And a lot of players being played out of position, to be fair. But it's just keeping the balance there, really. Like, I would have played him, but for some reason he needed to be registered. It might be because he's not English, um, which is so. Anyway, we'll play this game, and then at the end of the season, what we'll do is, these tunnel interviews, the assistant can go. Will you look to attack here? Well, yeah, it's a home game in Europe against a really dreadful side. Martinelli scored a lot of headers. I'm surprised he didn't make it on that one. Go on, Tierney. Apparently we've won a penalty. Nicolas Pepe. I haven't sorted out set piece takers at all. Good save. Shame, but a good save. Been pushed back. Disappointing. Come on. Let's get that goal. We get the goal. Yeah, there's quite a few glitches and stuff in this bit. I know it's a beta. I know that. Nice crossfield ball. Another nice crossfield ball. Pepe, ball in, ball in, ball in. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll take that. Good finish, Nicola Pepe. 1-0. Smith Rowe. Pepe. 1, 2. Finishes. Yeah, good finish. Like that. Like that a lot. It's good. Oh, that's a goalkeeping error in it. I just can't help but feel the keeper should have saved that. Surely. Really? Well, I'm going to give them a roasting at half time. Far from pleased what I've just seen. In a calmly manner. So Lang is getting tired. I'm actually going to do something else which is mental. And put Reece Nelson on. And I know that's super mad. But hopefully, because he's knackered, that other lad. We need to start thinking about chasing the game though. So I think chasing a winner. Xhaka hasn't been amazing. Martinelli, surely not. Winners. Winners. One of you, take the ball away. Play the ball. Great ball. Right, there's the overlap. Use Reece Nelson. He's there. It's what he came on for. No? Okay. Use Emil Smith Rowe. Ball over the top. Pepe wins it back. Willock out to Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe to Tierney. Reece Nelson. There you go. There you go. That's your 2-1. Is it that first time as well? Right. So we ain't losing this. Looks like it's another attack of ours, so I'll just see this attack first before I make any changes. Pepe. Mustafi. Great ball inside to Tierney. Pings it straight out wide again. Oh, it's a banger. It's like his goal against Liverpool, that. That is an absolute rasper. Oh, that is a bit special. Right. So what changes are we going to make? Thing is, all the players on the bench, the only... Emil Smith-Rowe playing well. Martinelli's been a bit quiet. So we'll put him on. Granit Xhaka for Guendouzi, maybe, just because he's on a yellow. Or... Ceballos hasn't been amazing. It's a problem when you ring the changes. It's hard to bring anyone off because they're sort of getting their chance, aren't they? I like to make all subs though. Like every now and then it comes and bites you in the backside, you know, and you get a player injured after you've made the final sub. But it's really important that like as many players get as much game time as possible. So little games like this when you're winning. You know, Tierney's been good today. What was that? Thinking about it, I should have brought Ober on, shouldn't I? And given him a chance to get a goal and end his goal drought. Because that's the one thing about the whole reset because of the crash thing, is that because I replayed the game and made sure we drew, and it was a 0-0 draw, he actually scored in the original game, didn't he? I tell you, headers are so overpowered in this game. They really are. It's only fair I mute the mic while I'm chewing. Nobody wants to hear me chewing. Could win that, and I'm sure... Nice, gone. Seriously, one-on-ones in this game. No one scores them. Reece Nelson. What's he going to do? He's going to feed Laka. Jesus. I think, if I'm brutally honest, the... Nice. Ceballos. Well done. I think, if I'm brutally honest, the match engine isn't amazing. I mean, there's a lot of lag, which is another logged fault, which comes up a lot on the bug message boards for this new Football Manager. And the other thing is that one-on-ones are constantly missed. And of course, you've got the crash that happened in the last one. So, you know, I know it's a beta, but I think they've got a lot of work to do at SI. What was that achievement I've just unlocked? I've just unlocked an achievement. Your team was unbeaten in really? Is that true? Torino blow qualification chances. Arsenal to receive for their win. And of course, oh, is that guaranteed then? That wasn't the final game though, was it? Ah. Oh yeah, we lost to Spartak Moscow. That was the first game. Yeah. So if we would have lost that, we would have finished. We would have had 12. So we always even that result didn't matter at all. Classy, Pepe on form. Arsenal should have unallocated match prize money. So it was divided up based on their number of wins. So we just got a nice little what, 1.5 million there. Don't suppose any of it wants to go to the transfer kitty, does it? I doubt it. Ljungberg satisfied with win. That I must admit, hopefully, if there's one thing that they can work on, there's like a way of making press conferences and tunnel interviews and stuff, you know, more like more exciting, more varied, and actually like you want to do it. I think from what I can understand, most people just send their assistant. It's the same with the training. Great idea, but most people just get their assistant to do it. Right, so we've got United. So let's last offer amount 21k. Well, I think you've got to try a bit harder than that, Senior He. But there you go. Okay. So next up, Leno in goal. So this is United. I'm going to go Leno in goal. Obviously Hector Bellerin at right back. As the Socrates, and then the left side will be Rob Holding. I'm going to go for Kieran Tierney. Reece Nelson, who changed the match when he came on, actually, to be fair. Now, I'm going to go for Ainsley Maitland-Niles in the box-to-box role. Do I go Guendouzi? Ooh, let's go Guendouzi. Because that's what... Granit Xhaka then we'll take out now. For... Where is Torreira? Lucas Torreira. And then on the left, we want Saka. We want Mesut. Oh, do we go Lacazette or do we go... Kind of feel like we do. Real Madrid want him. Let's put his asking price at 120. When's his contract up? 2022. Well, they can whistle if they want him. They can pay the 120 million, and then I'll buy a Portuguese right back with some of the money. Joel Lopez resumes full training. Did they say there was a... I think they said there was a half-decent left-back expected in the youth intake in March. I'll tell you now, it's not far away either. I think I said that to him last month. Going to save it. It seems like they, because of the crash last time, I need to save in between each match. I don't want to have to be faffing around with trying to recreate results again, just so I can move on to the next part. That took forever. That's why I'm streaming this so late. Got a bad feeling about this Man United game. We're never good at Old Trafford. Ooh. 8 updates. Agreed. I think we're in for a tough game. Man United drew 2-2 with Palace. Where are they then? They're 4th. A lot of suggested changes, and I don't agree with any of them, apart from maybe Oba, but I'm going to give Laka the nod. Pre-match tactical briefing looks a little bit better than the last one. I'm going to go on balanced, because I think that's about right. Oh, out for one day. Just long enough to miss the Man United game. How fancy that. Typical. So we'll start Martinelli. It's amazing how often that happens, where you've got a big game coming up and like you just get an injury to a big player. Just as if it's contrived. I can see David Luiz kicking off about playing time soon. Xhaka shines as Lopez finds fitness good, although I can see him being sold soon. Oxlade-Chamberlain is now 1 appearance away. If triggered, Liverpool will pay Arsenal 250k. Can do with all the money we get. What are our finances? 246,655, and you can't spare any of that for extra transfer revenue. Figures. Any surprising results? Liverpool, Man City. Seriously, both teams are just running away with it, which I know is about right, but like Liverpool are unstoppable. Very good. Nelson showing remarkable improvements during training sessions. I feel the players exposure first in football is a major factor. I think Nelson would be a leading player for most Premier Division sides. Very good. Love that. Need him to become a little bit more. Kolasinac showing pleasing progress. Okay. Anyone want to buy him? Nah, that's harsh. He's alright as a backup to Kieran Tierney. David Luiz is knackered. He's obviously played for the reserves. Mustafi will have to come in, won't he? Yeah, so we're going to go with... Make sure I haven't got the mic on mute. Be nice, wouldn't it? So we're going for Leno in goal, Hector Bellerin, Socrates, Holding and Tierney. Reece Nelson, man of the moment. Matteo Guendouzi, Torreira, Gabriel Martinelli. Mesut Ozil, Alex Lacazette. And they've got De Gea, they've got Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Tuanzebe, Scott McTominay, Rashford, Meta, Lingard and Martial up front. Okay. Let's have a look at our pace in this. See, hopefully Socrates can cover okay. Because I don't think Rob Holding's the quickest. Team talk. So go out there and put on a worthy display. They all seem motivated, which is good. A tunnel interview. I need to... United just looking like they're a little bit more likely to do something at the moment, don't they? Maybe this balanced approach isn't such a sensible idea. Let's try and push them back a bit. Let's demand a bit more from them. Because otherwise, once they go ahead, then that's it, isn't it? Socrates, well won. Rashford plays it out to Lingard. Tierney, just let it go. Like, right, let's go. Guendouzi, clear it. Laka, play it. Given away again. How many mistakes do you want? Laka gives it away there, but in truth, Tierney could have let it go as well. It's really poor. Oh, this doesn't look good. Go on, Martinelli. Torreira. Tierney. Reece Nelson, there's an overlap there from Bellerin. Great ball as well, Martinelli. Oh, really? Oh, it's a shame. It's a shame we don't have like our usual left winger who got mysteriously injured for one day. And oh my giddy aunt. It's a horror show. Yeah, I saw it. It was amazing. He ran around our whole defence. I was afraid this might happen. Come on, we need an equaliser before, or we need one back. Sorry, before half time. Mesut, Tierney, Mesut, Guendouzi. Right, let's go again. It's reload. Socrates, Holding. You're a ball player. Gabriel Martinelli, Tierney. Great ball in. Laka over. Stressful, isn't it? Kieran Tierney's knackered. One of these games, is it? Where the whole thing falls apart. I don't think I would say any of that. Right, seem motivated. Let's go. Thing is, I can't really... There's not a lot I can do in terms of... What's that? Giving away the ball everywhere, aren't we? Particularly in that left wing space. Don't know how many times Martinelli's given it away. I might have to put on Emile Smith-Rowe. Oh, okay. 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 Maybe I was a bit hasty. I'll take it back. Especially as that's literally from the kickoff. Banger janger. See where this one goes. I don't want to do anything too desperate. Nice ball. Those two link up quite well down the right. Right, Bellerin. Right, come on, Arsenal. We're coming back into the game. Right, Martinelli. Good clearance. Nice cool head. Bellerin, good. Right, let's go then. Nelson. Help him. He's going to lose that. Strange highlight. Right, so it's probably about time we started thinking about making changes. Apparently Mesut hasn't done anything. Okay, so let's look at this. I don't think Martinelli's been that great. According to this, he's been all right. Which I don't know if the goal skews it somewhat, but I know that Ozil's had a shocker. So we'll take Ozil off and we'll put on Emil Smith-Rowe. We'll play Martinelli in that spot. Feel like we could take Ozil off and play Maitland-Niles in the box-to-box and have Torreira sit a little deeper as a ball-winning midfielder. Feel like we could play Martinelli up there, Reece Nelson up there. Reece Nelson as the inverted winger on support mode because Bellerin will be bombing on the outside, so that means that he should be sitting narrower, I would have thought. There you go. Because he's going to cut inside anyway. So because of that, he can go there. And you can be an inside forward on attack mode. See if this makes a bit of a difference. Right now, Martinelli is now knackered. So let's bring on Pepe. Finally, I'll put Ceballos on. And I'll play him as a Mazzala. And him on a deep line playmaker. And then I'll swap these two over and see if that makes any difference. Which it probably won't, but it's worth a try. And I must admit, at least we got a goal back. Let's just try for a goal. I mean, the game was lost at half-time anyway, wasn't it? I feel like the extra man in midfield maybe gives us a little bit more. Go on, Laka, go on, Laka. What is it with these one-on-ones? Tierney to Lacazette. I'm not sure I like this match engine. I just feel like some of these little ping pong moments are unlikely to sort of happen. Nice, Bellerin. This is a genuine highlight. There's still 2 minutes of the game remaining. Yeah. Shouldn't have gone in attacking mode, really. Feel like the changes we made, I don't need to see it again. Feel like the changes we made a bit of a difference, but what do you know? Far from pleased from what I've just seen from you lot. That was pathetic. The last goal was on me because I told you to push forward. That's fine. But 3-0 down at half time, you guys didn't even turn up. Pathetic. But we march on to the Carabao Cup quarter-final. I don't think in the grand scheme of things as well that it makes too much of a difference. We're not going to win the league. Have Man United gone down one despite winning? Am I reading that right? That said Man United were 5th. But anyway, yeah. So it doesn't make too much of a difference in the grand scheme of things. You know, all we're looking for is top 4. So the important thing is to pull ourselves together, ready for this Carabao Cup quarter-final against Everton. We need to play. I think. Individual training. Callum Chambers on passing. No longer a weakness. Beg to differ. Alexandra Lacazette. Aerial. No longer a weakness. Beg to differ. Because they haven't even improved on them. Endurance showing no improvement. Just trying to get his work rate up somehow. That's what I'm trying to do. So what's this? Oh, this is the next round of the Euro Cup, is it? Okay. Is there anyone? I don't think it really matters who we get, is it? I mean, doesn't really matter to me. Wouldn't mind Krasnodar. Would rather avoid Espanyol. Frankfurt we can't draw. Shakhtar, rather not get them. There are still some pretty big teams in there. No, see, I suppose actually thinking about it, I would have liked Celtic. Who's left that I would like? I mean, want to avoid Benfica. Want to definitely avoid Real Madrid. That's interesting. Man City got knocked out of their group. That is shocking. that Man City got knocked out of their group and are as such in this draw and this competition. Club Brugge. Okay, yeah, I'll take it. So who gets Man City? Besiktas. And Real Madrid get Benfica. I'll tell you what, reaching the final is going to be really tough then if we've got Real Madrid in there. So what group were they in then? Why is it so hard to find Real Madrid? Are they under some goofy name, are they? Madrid, are they? Okay. Thanks for that. Paris Saint-Germain and Inter. That's another turn up for the books, isn't it? Everton scouting. Oh yeah, I've got to save, haven't I? Let's check I haven't got that on mute. So our physical conditions like, aside from Tierney, it's our next match tomorrow. He's going to be knackered, isn't he? Where's Kolasinac? Don't want to snooker ourselves. Saka's back as well. We're going to put Saka in for Martinelli, even if he did get on the score sheet. I think Saka. Martinelli in for Emil Smith-Rowe. Willock maybe. But, okay, Kolasinac is the guy. Yep, good. 100% fit. Reece Nelson's another player that we need to keep an eye on, really. In terms of fitness, have we got a under 23 fixture that will snooker us? No. That's interesting. The advice is to play Aubameyang because the player's in great shape. Like I said, did all right in the last game. Oh, he's concerned with his... Okay. I guess the lack of playing time. The owner of Rubbish's consortium takeover talk. Surprised you managed to get to talk to Stan Kroenke. I'm surprised it wasn't Josh who came out and said, no. Carabao Cup quarter-final. Scouting meeting. I don't know why I'm getting all these. He's not all that. It's a striker as well. I think I'm all right. I've got Eddie Nketiah. Carl Walker-Peters. Yeah, that's a realistic target. Although I tell you, he had a blinder against us. I don't think he's all that. Get the others soon. So, sorted all this out so there's nothing else to go. Weird noises coming behind me. Alex Iwobi against his former club. Where's Theo? Is Theo there? Theo's not there. Okay, so we're going Leno in goal, Socrates holding Kolasinac, Reece Nelson, Guendouzi, Torreira and Saka, Mesut Ozil and Aubameyang. And that's probably been our strongest lineup so far this season, though Mesut Ozil had a bit of a stinker in the last game. Media have given you a lot of credits put on. I expect to see a much better performance, after you got walloped. And I'm going to tell Oba, I'm expecting to see some quality finishing. Give me a goal. Actually, we want to play on the front foot. Away or not, we're on the front foot because we're playing Everton. Aubameyang hits it. Keeper spilt it by the looks of things. So already Oba putting the keeper to work. We started off the game quite well. Let's try and demand more from the team. Winners. Stinker. And I'm not happy with this performance either, to be honest. We started off so well. Far from pleased. Right, fired up. Come on. It's a quarter final. Thing is, no one's playing particularly bad. It's just no one's playing particularly well. That was a poor ball. Saka, take him on. Ozil, Oba, Guendouzi, nice ball out left. This is better. Kolasinac, Oba, 1-0. Oba breaks his goal drought. It's probably where the game crashes now. Good. Ball sprayed out left, Kolasinac, and then Saka back to Kolasinac, who's onside. Oba with the head, 1-0. Nice, well done, boys. Keeper, good. Guendouzi. Crossfield ball, Saka, make that with your pace, good. Play it. Who was that to? Alex Iwobi against his former club. Right, who's getting it? Oh. It's a corner, isn't it? They're really coming towards us. Tell them to concentrate. Did that shout work? Did I get to... yeah, did. Game's come to life a bit, isn't it? Pickford with a spanking ball forward, holding out to Guendouzi. I don't think... Right, Reece Nelson. Let's get this ball on the floor. Guendouzi. Saka. Go on, chase him. Run at him. Run at him. Oba, 2-0. Yes, Oba. Welcome back, son. Oh. Was it? Saka. Oba. Okay, he went too early. Okay. Goal disallowed. At least it's sort of our action. Saka, chase him down then. And again, Saka, in you go. Crossfield ball, who's going to get to that? Bellerin. Reece Nelson to Bellerin. Cross it in. Get the ball in the middle. Reece Nelson. Guendouzi. Great save from the keeper. That is an incredible save from Pickford. Ozil over. God, my ear aches. Play it out again. Saka. Was he onside? Doesn't matter, he lost it anyway. It's all Arsenal though, isn't it? It's all Arsenal. Kolasinac, ball in. Oba, Guendouzi. Oh. How is this? Oh my God, really? I'd have been fuming. I would have been fuming. Apparently the players are overwhelmed with the feedback. I just told them to concentrate. And seriously, there is not a minute that will go by in this game. Saka. Ball. Go and finish Oba. Of course not. It's a 1-on-1. Of course the 1-on-1s don't go anywhere. Saka, ball in. What's that? What was that offside? Seriously, there is not a second that will go by in this game. Or a minute. Still on 60. It's been on about 60 minutes for ever. Bellerin. Reece Nelson. Well, who's helping him? Socrates. Oh, of course. You are joking. Oh well, at least the time's finally ticking by now after that flurry of chances. Arsenal still looking the better side and the more likely to get another. I'll let this highlight go and then I'll make a sub because I do think this is our best team we can have out. Who's helping Andre? It's a cross ball. Right. No one was closing Andre Gomez down. Okay. Torreira hasn't had a good game for a couple of games now. So we will bring on Ainsley Maitland-Niles and we will put Guendouzi in the defensive midfielder because of his athleticism. We will... Hector Bellerin is knackered. So in actual fact, if Hector Bellerin's knackered, we'll do that. We'll put Ceballos in the box-to-box. It does mean that Mesut stays on, which is fine for now. Reece Nelson's tired, so we'll put Pepe on. So it's a big change down the right, to be fair. So them's the three subs. Now it's our goal kick. Maitland-Niles. Fresh legs. Inside to Ceballos. Ozil to Saka. Saka. Maitland-Niles will keep it in. Pepe now. Inside. Ceballos hits it. Pickford saves it. Pepe, lovely. Come on, Saka. This is your moment. Thank God for that. Right, Ceballos. How many misses? I thought Saka was going to get his goal then. Especially there. How do you miss from there? Like, really? But Ozil calmly plays it across. Ceballos tucks it away. Ceballos has been good, actually, since coming on. And he was in the last game as well, wasn't he? Might be time to give him a couple of games. A couple of starts instead of Mesut. Though that said, Mesut's been playing well. Oh, what is that? Gomez sprays it wide to Coleman. No one's closing him down. Where's our left back? Kolasinac. What was he up to in that? Well done, Pepe. Well won. Good win. Through to the semi-final. When's the semi-final draw? Should we stay for the semi-final draw? Might as well. It would be rude not to. Yeah, I'm not rubbing it in, Alex Iwobi. Arsenal winning Carabao. We let's give him a bit of encouragement. Well done, Oba. Kolasinac on form. Southgate spotted at Goodison. What was he after? Looking at Rob Holding as well, were you? Oh, cheeky. And then Reece Nelson, who is looking like a proper footballer. And Saka. Runs with ball often. Want to see him start taking players on a bit more, though. But yeah. So who were the other teams then that won in the Carabao Cup? So we could play the City, Spurs or Liverpool. Jesus. Doesn't matter who we get. Probably wouldn't mind Spurs. Nice little North London derby in the semi-final. United just walloped us and Liverpool look unbeatable, so it's probably Spurs. Spurs I wouldn't mind drawing. What's all that about? Sanity prevails. This club has no ambition. What's all that about? Well, so it would have been the 18th. What happened on the 18th? Well, we won. So what's all that about? Very bizarre. Chelsea game's going to be tough. Carling Cup semi-final draw. Okay, so come on, we want to draw Spurs. Oh, it's Liverpool or Man United. There was no winner. Okay. First out the hat is us, so we're at home. Come on, let's get Spurs. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That'll do nicely. Okay. So, tactical advice. I might. Kolasinac had a good game last game. I think I'll keep him there. Ceballos for Guendouzi. I might put Ainsley Maitland-Niles in. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Emil Smith-Rowe probably deserves a couple of starts anyway, because he is falling behind the others in terms of starts, because he started 9. Martinelli started 10, but also had 8 substitute appearances. And Saka is 9 as well, so they're pretty level pegging, to be fair, and they're all happy. Guendouzi and Torreira. Just not feeling the Guendouzi at the moment. I'm not seeing any. Yeah, in fact, his performances as well. Might start Ceballos in that role, and then one of these two can come on. Ober's going to keep his place. And I think Kolasinac deserves to. So let's have a look then at the squad dynamic and the general happiness. And in terms of playing time, is there anyone who's like really not happy? So Granit Xhaka is dissatisfied. David Luiz is dissatisfied. And that's it. So it's just those two. So, club. Concerned about how the club is doing. Is that why they came? I think that's to do with like the qualification for the Champions League and the fact that I had to make them a promise. So who's unhappy at treatment then? Leno. What? That makes no sense. He's satisfied in training. He's satisfied in club, with the club. He's satisfied as whatever that is. I guess it's just me in general. But he's slightly unhappy with how he's been treated. Happiness, no negatives. I don't understand that. That might just be a little problem. Is anyone else unhappy? So a few players are concerned with their training. Overall, though, there's quite harmony. Tammy Abraham, bit of a player, isn't he? Okay, we'll leave it there. I think on the next one, remember to save it. I think on the next one, we've got Chelsea, Sheffield United and Southampton. So we'll probably be able to play those 3, won't we? Unless there's something. 21st, 26th, 28th. Might even be able to squeeze the West Ham one in there. It all depends on times. Because that would be a good place to leave it if I could squeeze the West Ham in. Because then we'd have Wimbledon, Spurs, City in the next little bit. So, all in all, things are going well. I think the main, I'm expecting David Luiz to come up with a bit of a gripe, and the same with Granit Xhaka. At this stage of the game, I'm not too fussed with either of them leaving, which I know wouldn't be ideal to them. Obviously, whatever's going on in real life is besides the point. He just doesn't fit in my. It's his tackling stat is what it is. You know, I can't play him as like a defensive player, and I could play him in box to box, but he's just not quick enough, and his positioning just isn't great, and it just means that he's just neither. Like really, what would have been better would be to have used him as an advanced playmaker. Would have been better, because if you look at his advanced playmaker and attack mode stats, they're actually pretty good. So I guess if you're ever going to do anything with Granit Xhaka, you play him as an advanced playmaker. But we got enough players that we're playing out of position. So all in all, I'm happy with how things are going. Third in the table, through to the Carabao Cup semi-final. We've had a couple of spankings along the way. But yeah, we're through in Europe as well. So things are going pretty well. So thanks if you've watched this. Join me on the next one, which should be tomorrow afternoon. So Saturday afternoon. I would imagine around midday. As I said, we're going to do Chelsea, Sheffield United and Southampton, and hopefully West Ham, time dependent. And then we'll be ready for the January transfer window, where I would imagine some players will kick off. And if we can move any on, then hopefully we can actually bring a player in, because obviously part of the game and part of this game's charms is the buying and selling of players, which I appreciate I haven't done any of yet. So we'll have to see on that one. But thank you anyway for watching. We're now in a good position, I think, from before when the game crashed. So yeah. Thanks very much for watching.